Ladies, what's up, brother? I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some news, my regular news videos. I'm gonna start with the other stuff first, just to get that stuff out of the way just before I can get to my main NFL portion of this video. So apparently, via PW Insider, at one point, there were expectations that Megan Thee Stallion would partner with Mercedes Moné and AEW. Them meeting in February earlier this year at the Crunchyroll Anime Awards in Japan opened up negotiations between her manager, Mike B of Rock Nation, and Mercedes' manager, Kevin Undergaro. After the two sides agreed to do something together, Moné publicly mentioned the idea while promoting AEW All in London, noting that she was hoping to get her in the ring. There had been some conversations about the two doing something together in WWE in 2021. After Moné went public, WWE made the deal to have Megan's song Never play for SmackDown, which, as you might imagine, caught the Moné circle by surprise. Whether this means the end of any potential alliance between those two remains to be seen, but obviously the WWE deal didn't help. Man, the bidding war 2024, I guess, goes far beyond wrestling. I mean, the unexpected bidding war between WWE and AEW wasn't something I expected to read. They intercepted her, got her song for the SmackDown thing. And it's probably the end of an alliance, any sort of alliance, I guess. If that was going to happen, it's probably over. So via Comic-Con and a Northern Ireland 2024 panel, Trish Stratton picks Tiffany Stratton as someone she'd want to wrestle in the current landscape of women's wrestling. That's what she said. I mean, I could see it happening. I mean, they teased it. I think they teased it on a pay-per-view in a backstage segment. I wouldn't be surprised if this happened at Survivor Series in Canada or something. And Trish Stratus can still go in the ring. I mean, I remember she had a good match with Becky Lynch, I think, at War Games in a steel cage. I mean, it makes sense. I guess like a passing of the torch between, I guess, old generation and new generation. It's gonna happen. I mean, they wouldn't tease it in a backstage segment on a pay-per-view when they did if it wasn't gonna happen. And Trish Stratus also named, her and Lita were collectively asked to name, like, top 5 women's wrestlers, like, ever. All things considered, they obviously said themselves. I mean, come on. Trish Stratus, Lita, Chyna, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. Good to see Chyna on this list. I mean, that's their opinion, though. I mean, two icons giving their opinions. I mean, I don't have to agree with it, but it's their opinion. I mean, it's a fair list. I mean, people disagree just because their wrestler isn't here, but look, it's hard to... Nobody's going to agree. If you name a top 5 list, say, of all time of anything, not everyone's going to agree with you. I mean, it is what it is. Lita also said on that panel, she states she would love to see some more intergender wrestling when asked what she would do to make the women's division different or better. I mean, only a few women's wrestlers can believably... I don't know if can a few unbelievably fight against the male wrestlers? Yeah, but it doesn't have to be all of the women. Only if the storyline works. I mean, I shouldn't say believable. I mean, it's really just sports entertainment. But, I don't know. I guess you can say it's a terrible idea, but you can't please everybody. I mean, it would only work if it's done right, say in a storyline. So the Raw card for tonight is CM Punk appears, Finn Balor and Judgment Day versus the New Day for the tag titles, Dominic versus Damian Priest, Braun Strowman versus the big Bronson Reed, Natalya versus Zoe Stark. and Sheamus versus Pete Dunne. So it looks like a pretty solid card for tonight. If you don't include Natalya and Zoe Stark. So that's the bathroom break match there. I wouldn't be mad if New Day won the tag titles, to be honest. So Kurt Angle states that if the money and the spot is right, he's open to and thinks managing American Made would be a great idea at a virtual signing at WrestleFest. I mean, I'd be for it. I mean, I'd like it. I'm all for it. Because Gable needs a big push, and I think this would happen and elevate the group to have Kurt Angle being the manager for American Made. So Bad Blood is confirmed to have a start time of 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UK time, 1 hour earlier than the usual US-based pay-per-view start time, 2 hours earlier than the usual TV episode start time on October 5th. I think it's a W, especially for UK and Europeans watching these pay-per-views. Sometimes I have to stay up really late. Get on WWE, and because the UFC starting later that night, so they don't want to have any conflict, like run over into their time, so they're doing the pay-per-view earlier. An official for Bad Blood, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. That's straight out of a Universe Mode 2K24. So the Motor City Machine Guns have signed with WWE via PW Insider, first reported by #PWWin. I mean, I'm excited to see more of them. And they've signed, last few signings, people are like, oh, Triple H can't sign people, he can't sign people, he can't bring all these good wrestlers in. He's bringing in Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, and now the Motor City Machine Guns. But they don't sign free agents, though, I was hearing on Twitter. And maybe the Lucha Brothers could be next. But yeah, that's some WWE stuff on that show. Now we're talking about some NBA right quick. So via the Brooklyn Pod, per at Nets Daily, Ben Simmons, he's reportedly more advanced now than he was at this time last year. Has been playing 5-on-5 for weeks. Here we go. Off-season workout. Season starts. Plays terrible. Bringing back injury. Out for the season. It's just gonna happen again. More advanced. Yeah, sure. Averaging maybe 6 points instead of 5 points. Same report every year. We ain't moved. Chris Murray is switching his number from 8 to 24. Does he think he's Kobe? Like, come on. Pat Bab's top 5 power forwards in the NBA. Karl-Anthony Towns, Zion Williamson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Lauri Markkanen, and Draymond Green. Is this dude trolling? Did Giannis retire? What the hell? The Brooklyn Nets are the favorites to become Jimmy Butler's next team. I think I might have already mentioned this, but if I didn't, Pendeo face. Yeah, going over the team with Ben Simmons. Pendeo face. Daniel House says no player was guarding triple team like prime James Harden during his time in Houston. I mean, prime Harden was different. I mean, I guess at putting up a lot of points, even if sometimes it was inefficient. I mean, the offense really revolved around James Harden. There's probably other players in triple team. It's not just prime Harden. And that's some wrestling, NBA. See if we got any NASCAR here. I couldn't find any NASCAR, and there's not enough I really want to go and talk about. So, per Jeremy Fowler, an Isaiah Pacheco update, he suffered a fibula injury yesterday. He's expected to miss approximately 6 to 8 weeks. They're starting running back. He'll go on IR, but he will be back this year. So Isaiah Pacheco out 6 to 8 weeks. Man, I feel bad for people that drafted Christian McCaffrey and Isaiah Pacheco, but at least they're going to be back this year. That's an update on him, but we got another report from Adam Schefter with running back Isaiah Pacheco. Expected to be sidelined 6 to 8 weeks. The Chiefs, they are bringing in their former running back, Kareem Hunt, back to Kansas City for a Tuesday visit, per league sources. Hunt could help fill the Chiefs' running back void. So, I mean, They let him go before. They let him go before, now they're bringing him back. I don't know how much he'll play. But maybe he should kick their offense into high gear, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it'd be a good piece to bring back to that team. So Kevin O'Connell, he said Justin Jefferson will be day-to-day due to his quad contusion, and added that it was pretty positive in the early returns. So the good thing is he's back, which is good. Which it was he should be good for week 3, which is good for me. So man, the Panthers are benching former number 1 overall pick Bryce Young per sources, and Andy Dalton is Carolina's new QB1. I feel bad for Bryce Young, man. I really do. This isn't the way to go. And I would understand if you had another quarterback behind him that maybe was a young quarterback, maybe give them a chance. But you think Andy Dalton's really going to make you any better? And the coach was like, oh yeah, season's slipping away. You thought you were going to compete this year? This roster's trash. Offensive line's trash. You legit have no weapons, maybe besides Xavier Leggett, who's a rookie. This is going to go down as one of the worst freaking trades of all time. Freaking trade up to number 1. It's just, where do you go here now? You just benched the number 1 overall pick, not even 2 full seasons into his career. And Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold, 2 quarterbacks that were with Carolina who were terrible, are now good. Is it the culture in Carolina? Getting benched for freaking Andy Dalton. And the decision to bench him said to have come from the head coach, GM, and EVP. As one source said, Dave Canales' first big boy decision. Ooh, they're going to win 2 games instead of 1 game. Dude, this is the worst organization ever. But just remember this trade. Carolina's 2025 second round pick still is going to Chicago as the final piece of this Bryce Young trade. The Bears received DJ Moore, a 2023 first round pick, Darnell Wright, 2023 second round pick, Tyreek Stevenson, 2024 first round pick, quarterback Caleb Williams, number 1 overall, 2025 second round pick this year, and the Panthers got Bryce Young. This is one of the worst trades of all time. Despite being hobbled during Sunday's game, Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown initially was determined to have only a contusion and cramping per source. Determined to only have a contusion? So, Joe Mixon suffered an ankle injury last night, so we'll see what happens going forward for them. With A.J. Brown out, the Eagles signed offensive lineman Nick Gates to the active roster and elevated wide receiver Paris Campbell and tight end A.J. Jenkins from the practice squad. So some guys they've elevated to their roster for tonight. And the Falcons signed Kevin King to the active roster and elevated safety Dane Cruikshank to the active roster from their practice squad. Oh boy, Kevin King. So Isaiah Pacheco is going to have surgery this week. He'll be out 6 or more weeks, as I mentioned. Mike McGlinchey suffered a significant MCL sprain. He's expected to miss about a month, sources say. Evaluations are ongoing, so the timeline is somewhat fluid, but he'll be sidelined for a bit. He was never good, but 49ers players always get overrated, so he took Denver for a contract. He was never that good. So after a visit to the hospital as a precaution yesterday, following the Saints' big win, tight end / fullback, everything, Taysom Hill checked out fine, sources say. He was examined for a chest injury, but he's fine. David Bell, who had 3 catches early in the Browns game, dislocated his hip and will require surgery. So he's going to be out for multiple weeks. Joe Mixon, one of the several players upset and or injured by hit drop tackle Sunday, he's going to get an MRI on his ankle today, so we'll see what happens there. DeForest Buckner is getting an MRI. He suffered an ankle sprain and is expected to be a long shot for next week. So it's not a severe one, but it's still an ankle sprain. The Dolphins are signing QB Tyler Snoop Huntley off the Ravens practice squad. So they're signing him out of all people. Sure. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say for this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. See you next time. Peace. And I might do another NFL news video later of what I didn't get to go over here. So yeah, peace.